Okay, this is gonna be fun. We got California's own, we got Inglewood's own. My man Boskoe100 is no stranger to Vlad TV. Boskoe, what up?
Man, what's the deal, Sean?
I'm good. Yo, this is the first time me and you get to do it. Like this gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I was tripping off that. I'm like, damn, I was tripping like they hit me, and you know usually it'd be me and Vlad, and then they like, man, would you be cool with Sean? I'm like, shit, fuck it, yeah, let's run it. Cause I've been seeing you do some shit with some other niggas, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's run that. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, yo, you know your man Vlad, he big dogging it. Vlad got so much stuff going on, so
yeah, of course.
You know, he can't do everything no more. So he like, yo, Prez, you want to do it? I'm like, oh, definitely with my man Boskoe.
Yeah, you know that's my God, man. I fuck with Vlad, man.
Yeah, good dude. All right, yo, it's a whole lot going on. A lot me and you got to get into today. Let's start off with the XXXTentacion case. Are you up to date on what's going on with that?
I heard it went to trial, and last thing I really remember hearing about it was Drake name being threw around some kind of way, and who was it? Drake and somebody else, another rapper name started getting threw around. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, it's crazy. Here's the crazy thing, right? It's 3 co-defendants. I was sitting with my man Ray Benzino, and Ray said, yo, Sean, 1 in 3 is gonna snitch. He was like, yo, it's as simple as that.
For sure.
So obviously one of them started pointing the fingers at the other 2 co-defendants, and he bring Drake into it. Somehow, some way, they was damn near going to subpoena Drake to come because I don't even know. Drake must have had a beef with XXXTentacion before.
They had a little back and forth for a little second, a little scrimmage, a little hip hop scrimmage shit though, nothing major.
Nothing major. It's crazy that some like from this dude, I guess telling on everything he knew, somehow, some way, Drake's name get pulled in, and Drake would have had to come down there, but I think he got out of it.
I think that that's not a credible, these niggas that say anything right now. Like, you know what I mean? These niggas desperate right now, shit. And they'll tell these niggas to say anything. Like, it's, you know.
So do you agree with my man Benzino?
I mean, I feel like that's a desperation move, honestly. Like, come on, Drake. Like, what would Drake be interested in putting a hit out on X? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, it's not all the other more serious shit that Drake done had and other back and forth that had for that to happen over that. Like, I doubt it. I seriously doubt that. Don't even sound right. It don't make sense.
Drake ain't thinking about nothing like that. And here's the deal. Like, no matter what, and they had small time beef, but either which way, Drake is a rapper and he understands that life. I'm sure his heart hurt when he got the word back that, you know, because XXX was young. He was a kid.
Yeah, he was real young. I didn't even realize he was that young until he died. Like,
yeah, I don't even know if he was 23 years old.
I don't think so.
Crazy. I asked you earlier, yo, what do you think about what Benzino said? Do you think 1 in 3 is gonna snitch? Is that kind of where it's at right now?
I don't know them dudes, but in my experience, just in my experience and with just going to jail and just watching dudes go through trial and knowing dudes going through trial is just like, yeah, it go that way a lot of times. I ain't gonna say every time, but a lot of times that be the case though.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you, worse than the prosecutor, worse than the lawyers, worse than the judge, the penal system. It's your code D you gotta watch out for, man.
You gotta watch them niggas.
They worse than your ops.
Cause you gotta understand, bro, when you out here doing certain shit, this shit come with a lot of jail time, bro. And a lot of dudes ain't ready to face that jail time, bro. So you gotta know what you doing and know who you doing it with, man. Cause a lot of dudes niggas play tough and you know they play gangster, but when that you sitting in front of that judge and the judge yelling out the mathematical equations and and that shit ain't adding up. Like, bro, like a lot of dudes can't handle that and they fold under pressure. Yeah, so like it just be like when a lot of dudes play that tough guy role, and when you sitting in front of that judge and he throwing around the mathematical equations and that shit ain't adding up, that shit ain't sounding cool, a lot of dudes break under pressure. You know what I mean?
Nah, they definitely do. But here's the deal, kid. How about just not put yourself in that position? How, like, if you know you're not built for it, how about just don't commit a crime? And then you ain't got to worry about none of this.
I don't think a lot of dudes realize that they not built for it. Like, I think a lot of dudes want to feel like they built for it, and they want people to see them as they built for it. But a lot of them ain't built for it in the beginning.
Yo, that's a hell of a way to look at it, and you probably right. Like, a lot of dudes probably don't realize until they sitting in front of that judge
how real it really get. Like,
yeah.
Because we glorify the bullshit, like, you know, and when you coming from the streets glorify bullshit. So, like, back in the days, you know what I mean, you get caught with a gun, go to jail 16 months, come home. All that shit was, like, fun and, like, part of it was, like, almost like kind of your rite of passage in the hood. Like, it's damn near like your rite of passage to go to jail and come home on swole with some new tattoos and like, you know what I mean? So like we glorified that in a sense, but like now that I'm older, I like, you know what I mean? I know better. I definitely bump my head and learn my lessons in life, so I definitely know better. And I just see a lot of these dudes like, it's like they don't realize that you don't really get no second chance at life, bro. Like, ain't no second chances to this shit. Like, you really like
real talk.
You really got you got one roll of the dice. You got like, you know what I mean?
That's it.
It's not you got one roll of the dice, and it's like, bro, you need to know what you like. You know what you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Like, before you make that step, you need to know what you're getting yourself into.
Nah, that's so real what you just said. You got one roll of the dice. Even if you blessed and you ain't taken out of here, you can go in, you do 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You can't get them years back.
I'm gone.
You playing catch up the rest of your life.
Gone.
You know, I know dudes right now who, you know, and these was the cool dude. These was the dudes who was actually handling their business. But for the rest of their life, they 10, 15, 20 years behind everybody else trying to catch up.
That shit is ill, bro. I seen it happen so many times, though. I know so many dudes, so many dudes go 6 years, get out, stay out 6, 8 months, go right back, another 9 years, come out, go back, another 13 years. I seen it happen to a lot of dudes. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like, I seen a lot of dudes like now, like they changed a lot of laws. So it's a lot of the dudes that, like, I remember back when I first went to prison, it was a lot of dudes that I was in there with that had life. They had, you know what I mean, 30-something to life, 40-something to life, 20-something to life. And a lot of laws changed and a lot of them dudes start coming home. And they just like, you know what I mean? They changed their life. So like everyone that I run into, like just life so changed and they just a different person. And I'm like, they seeing like, yo, shit, you know what I mean? Your life was almost stripped away from you, bro. Like it's like a lot of dudes ain't ready for that, man. A lot of dudes not.
Nah, but this is the part of the conversation that they need to listen to right here. You know, and especially I'm sure a lot of them brothers who've been down and they was facing life, and for whatever reason, whether the laws changed, whether they got pardons or Trump. I mean, you can call him what you want, but he let a lot of brothers back out. You know, I'm sure people need to hear that part of the story, but it is what it is. Let me ask you, before we switch topics, what you think? You think them brothers who are on trial? Because right now they in closing arguments with this XXX thing.
Yeah.
How much time you think they gonna get?
Life.
Period.
Life. I mean, if that was California, they getting life for sure. If that was Cali, they for sure getting life. With it being such a high-profile case like that, they taking it to the box. They for sure getting life.
All right, kid, let's switch topics. You know, something just went down in the news. I hope you heard about it because this is just hitting the news. 4 Americans went over to Mexico.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yo, I think the woman went over there for a tummy tuck or something like that and brought 3 of her people with her.
Yeah.
Kidnapped. And now they're saying 2 of them was found.
2 of them got killed. I heard 2 got killed.
2 got killed and they got the other 2 of them back.
That's crazy. Like, why they ain't making a big fuss about that? Like, they supposed to be. It's like they kind of quiet about it. They ain't really like saying nothing about it. And it's crazy because I go over to Mexico. Like, I go.
Oh, word?
Yeah, hell yeah. I always go to TJ.
What you be doing in Mexico?
I go to TJ and go to Hong Kong. Like, next time you go over there, man, it's a spot.
Yo, you got to be careful over there,
It's a spot in TJ called Hong Kong, man. Tell you go have a good time over there.
What type of spot is it?
It's like, just think like, it's like just think of the most popping gentleman's club in California or in LA. And it's like that times 10. Like, just think of, what's the shit that was on La Brea? What's the shit? Star Girls? Or what's the shit? Crazy Girls? It's like Crazy Girls on steroids type shit.
And you feel safe when you go out there?
I mean, it's how you move. It's how you move. Like, you know, like me personally, I tend to keep a low profile when I go, so I like to, you know, I don't really wear no jewelry. I'm not taking too much cash, and I'm not traveling too far inside. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going straight to where I'm going to and leaving back out. I got like a little program when I go. So I mean, you don't feel safe because you know you're in a different country, and the way it's set up, you can feel that there's imminent danger. Like, it's like, you can feel it. Like, you can feel the tension in the air. It's like thick in the air. Like, you can feel like, it feel like it's cartel members watching you. Like, and like, they don't like you to pull out no phones and no cameras. Like, they real like touchy about you pulling out your phone and taking pictures and shit. They don't like, no phones. Like, they don't like that. It's crazy. Like, you can really feel it though. It's like, so you don't just feel safe. I don't feel safe, but safe enough to do what I'm coming to do. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, do you understand? You just sat here and told me that you could feel a tension in the air. You don't feel safe, but I still go over there because it's the craziest gentleman's club I ever been to.
It's the
Those must be some of the best chicks on planet Earth, man.
It's just fun. It's just like, it's just the fun and the freedom, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just can't do it like that in California, like, you know what I mean? It's like a whole different experience down there, and it's just, you know, it's like adventurous, like the dangerous part of the adventure, like, you know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? Because you said you go over there and you low key.
Yeah.
And
I mean, low key as I can be.
Correct. Them 4 Americans that went over there, they was super low key. They wasn't driving fancy car, no jewelry. The girl was going over there to get surgery.
Yeah.
And you know, they got video of them dudes, and them dudes got automatic weapons. They got bulletproof vests. They moving like,
they look serious. You see them riding around when you out there. You see them riding around like, you see, like, even the police is wicked out there though. Like, the police will hem you up and figure out a way to get a couple of dollars out you. It's crazy out there. It's crazy.
Nah, I mean, everything over there, you know, and everybody is corrupt. Like, you know.
Yeah. Like, it's corruption at the highest levels of office. Like, it's crazy. You gotta be careful though, but it's part of the adventure. The danger is part of the adventure though. Like, it's like the journalists who go front line at, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Nah, I got you. Here's a crazy thing. And I don't even know if you heard about this. Last year, a woman went to DR and she was getting a BBL and woke up and was missing a kidney.
Yeah, I did hear like something like light about that. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't just be in it. You don't want to be traveling in these countries alone and shit, man. Like I don't understand like these dudes that be traveling to these foreign countries alone. It's like, who you going to see? Like, man, I'm trying to go in a, like, you know what I mean? I ain't traveling alone. We going in groups and you know what I mean? We all know to be cool and like, you know what I mean, keep a low profile. Like we know we coming to have fun for the night or for whatever, for however long. And it's like, you know what I mean, we in and out. Like it's dangerous, but just try to stay out the way and mind your business. Like,
yeah, I mean, unfortunate because those 4 Americans who just went, from what I'm hearing, they went in there. They was low key, but they was mistaken. They're saying they was mistaken allegedly for Haitian drug dealers.
yeah,
So
that's
they
crazy.
caught them coming over the border, and they had eyes on them. And as soon as they pulled over, they ran up on them like Pablo Escobar or something.
Yeah. They need some reparations for that, man. Somebody owes some money.
But I'm gonna tell you, you just said something because you're right. Like it should be a uproar. It should like America. This is. I mean, I hear about it on the news, but it ain't like it's going crazy the way it should.
It's not.
These people went over there and they wasn't doing nothing.
I ain't heard the president speak up, say nothing about it yet. I ain't heard nothing. Like, I don't know. I ain't watched CNN today, but I ain't really heard no statement from the president. I ain't heard nothing other than social media, social media banter. Like, I ain't really heard shit.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this much, and this is as real as I could put it, man. Like it's worth pacing. It's worth paying the extra money. Like going over there, getting some surgery, going over there for a BBL, a tummy tuck, or whatever. You might as well just stay here, pay a few extra dollars.
Pay that little extra money, man.
Yeah, like imagine waking up and a body part is gone, an organ is gone. Like that woman woke up and her kidney was out.
A whole kidney, that's crazy. Whatever happened with that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Huh. Okay. Chris Rock, long awaited, came back to Netflix this past Saturday. Matter of fact, he made history. It's the first time on Netflix that they had ever done something live.
Oh, yeah?
So, he did a live stand-up this Saturday.
I missed it.
Did you get a chance to check it out?
No,
Oh, you missed it?
Yeah, I missed it. I got to go back and check it out.
Okay. So Chris Rock did what Chris Rock does, but everybody was focused on, is he going to talk about Will? Is he going to talk about the slap? Is he going to talk about the Grammys? And he ain't disappoint. He called Will and his wife all kind of bitches.
After the
he
fact,
definitely
he slapped. He should have defended himself. You should have kept that same energy when he slapped your ass. That's what I say. Like, what man don't defend themselves? Like, it's just your natural instinct to defend your, like, you know what I mean? It's like natural. A fucking chihuahua knows to defend itself. Like, you know what I mean? They gonna fight back. Like, bro, like, don't try to get buck and try to get all like, you know what I mean? Now you want to get tough and talk shit. Now they bitches after he done slapped you in your fucking face and walked away coolly. Walked away with swagger too, like that shit crazy.
Nah, that West Philadelphia definitely came out of my man Will. But I'm gonna tell you something. In the moment, first and foremost, Chris something like 57. He pushing 60. Like this ain't a young dude. And he's in the middle of a live broadcast, Boskoe. So I know instincts would have kicked in. But what if they would have?
Instinct, like this. That's what I'm saying. He would have been justified. Like, what are you supposed to do? He just walked up and slapped me. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yo, Can you imagine fighting, like straight up fighting on the Oscar stage?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Simple as
the way
that.
he walked up and slapped you, it's like your first, like, bro, like, yeah. Yeah. On the Oscar stage. Right.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, man. I give it to him for keeping his composure. I do, because, like you said, for any other person, I mean, I don't care who you are. You could be 2 feet tall. That's your natural instinct. I get it.
Natural instinct.
But thank God he was in control.
I mean,
and I'm gonna
cool.
tell you another thing.
He kept it classy, I guess, he kept it classy, but it wasn't a good look it wasn't a good blow to your manhood. Like, it's like, bro, this nigga just slapped the shit out you on national TV in front of all these white folks.
But truth be told, he a businessman too. Ain't nothing slow about Chris. Yeah. He went a whole year without addressing this. He was like, yo, for y'all to hear me tell jokes about this, you're going to have to pay me. So I know Netflix cut him a hell of a check.
They cut everybody some checks, man. I'm trying to get with Netflix, man, see what I can do. So, Netflix, I ain't lying. They cutting some checks.
What'd you say?
I said Netflix over there cutting checks. I'm trying to get over there. I'm trying to get over there and see what I can do.
Yeah, they cutting big checks, and especially for comedy. So, shout out to my man Chris Rock. Funny dude, and thank God he did keep it classy.
I gotta check that out. Check it out.
Okay, just keeping it in the news. Jay Morant. Jay Morant, however you
I heard the name. I didn't really look into that. What was that about?
So he went on Instagram Live and he flashed a gun, and everybody was in an uproar. Because essentially this dude is the star of his team. He's one of the breakout stars in the NBA, but he playing with them guns and went on live to do it. So, he just looked, it looked like it needed to be an intervention done right now with this kid.
What did he actually do, though?
Well, number one, he flashed the gun. So he didn't do anything. It ain't like he popped off. It ain't like none of that. He just, he just looking like he getting a little out of control. But it also came out that a couple of months ago, he was playing pickup ball with a teenager or something. And the teenager hit him in the face with the ball. He beat the teenager up and went in the crib and came out with a gun and flashed the gun back then. And this is like 2 months ago. So it just looked like he heading down the wrong path.
Yeah, a lot of these dudes, like I said, man, a lot of these dudes want to prove that they tough so bad. But I'm telling you, they're not ready for them consequences, man. As soon as them judges get to throwing around them numbers, they whole tune go change. And I really don't understand for dudes like him, Tory Lanez, and dudes that become successful and make it to a point in life and then want to do all that shit. It just don't make no sense.
Nah, that's so real. That's so real right there. I mean, already he's suspended for 2 games. But they saying he could be suspended for up to 50 games if he bought that gun on a plane.
50 games?
If he bought the gun with him on the plane, he could be suspended for 50 games. That's damn near a whole season. That's two-thirds of a season he'll miss.
You're finna lose some money.
A lot of money. But that's the thing. Shaq, he said something that was real. He was like, yo, before you do something like this, you got to think about the higher power. You got to think about your kids. You got to think about your parents. You got to think about people who love you. Because real talk, they're proud of you. And a lot of them are probably dependent on you right now financially. So if all this gets stripped away, it's not just you. You affect a whole lot of lives right now. Mm-hmm. So Shaq was like, yo, you're not a rapper. You're an NBA player. Act like it. And that's a real statement.
Yeah, but honestly, Shaq know exactly what he talking about, because Shaq done been in a few situations through the years that could have messed his career up. So it's like, he definitely see the route that you going. Like, and then, honestly, bro, it's like, why are you waiting till now to do all this? I don't understand, like, where you think that's gonna take you to. Like, bro, you to a point where the niggas in the hood is they would love to be in your position. Hood niggas and us less fortunate would love to be in your position. And you so want to be in our position so bad. It just don't make no sense.
Nah, you absolutely right, bro. Like, you're 100% right. You know, it's crazy because I don't know if you watch ESPN, but Bomani Jones, he was like, yo, you know, if Jay Morant keep it up, he could end up like Young Dolph in Memphis. And that's a real statement. He playing out of Memphis, but the Memphis boys don't play, man.
Yeah, they don't play out there. They real they don't play out there. You gonna find what you looking for. You gonna find what you're looking for in Memphis for sure.
And that's the sad part about it. You know, when it come down to it, I mean, he's still a young man. He got a lot of maturing to do, but it's a lot of dudes who's really living that life down there.
Yeah, for real.
You familiar with Skip Bayless, Skip in Shannon?
Yeah, I check. I check Shannon out. Shannon, he cool. Skip Bayless, I don't get as much but yeah, I check Shannon out.
Yeah, well, Skip was and it sounded like he was doing his Skip thing. He was like, he think Jay Morant got Crip affiliation. He said he personally seen him throw up the joint like 3 different times. I'm like, Skip, when did you see him throw it up 3 different times?
Certain on the court or some shit. He did though. He did. They showed it. I remember they flashed to it when he was talking about it. He did. He seen him throw some shit up.
Are you serious? So he really did?
Yeah, he seen him throw some shit up.
But your man Boosie, and everybody loved Boosie. Boosie came back, he put a tweet out and he was like, yo, Skip, stop it. Don't build the narrative that he's a real gang member. He's not a Crip. He's a professional baller who made a mistake. That's real.
I mean, yeah, it's cool, but nigga, you gangbanging on the court. Like, bro, you still gangbanging on the court. These niggas always try to switch shit up and turn it around after you did some stupid shit. That's the old, like, every time a celebrity do some old dumb shit, like, niggas post his penis on fucking Instagram, then everybody bag on you and say, oh, look at the tiny penis. Now, I got hacked. I got hacked because you didn't get the fucking response. You didn't get the response you was looking for. Now you got hacked shit. Like, nah, bro. Like, nigga, just get your shit together, bro. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
I got hacked.
Yo, speaking of guns, comedian Mike Epps, he got caught with a gun at the airport.
That's crazy. You too old for that shit, man. You supposed to know better than that, Mike. Like, come on, bro. That was definitely a rookie mistake right there. How you get caught with a gun at the airport? Like that, how did it happen?
I mean, he actually said, he admitted it's his. And he was like, to keep it 100, I just forgot it was there. I forgot I was trapped.
Rookie mistake.
You want to know what's crazy?
Rookie mistake.
I was talking to Jock once. I was talking to young Jock, and Jock said the same thing. He was like, yo, you have it in your bag. You be rushing to get to the airport, and Jock said he forgot it because he got bagged for the same thing.
How do you forget the toast? How you forget your heat in a fucking traveling bag? That mean you don't carry no heat like that. Like, you just carrying around, like, it don't make no sense. Like, you didn't know you was going to the airport, but you got the heat in the bag. Like, it don't make no sense. That's a rookie mistake, bro. That's a rookie mistake. I feel bad as my boy Mike Epps. But it was a rookie mistake, man. Rookie mistake.
Yeah, they didn't arrest him, thank God. But they said he's definitely looking at some time.
You got caught with a gun at the airport, bro. Like, you seen Joel Santana just did a year in the feds for that shit. I mean, come on, man.
That's a federal crime.
Rookie mistake. And you know they
Lil
gonna get
Wayne,
there.
I think he did like 3 years or something like that. Same thing.
He did a year.
It was a year?
Yeah, he did a year and a day. Like, type shit. He did Martha Stewart time.
All right. Okay. Yo, speaking of somebody about to do some time, you familiar with Ami and the Hellcat?
Yeah, man. I've been watching him since the beginning of this whole well, I was actually watching him a little bit before. I started watching him like, I'd say about 2019, 18 or so. Like right before the feds got him. But it was crazy because I was looking at him and I'm like, damn, what the hell this dude got going on? I'm like, damn, the feds ain't on this nigga? Like, that's exactly what I was thinking. And I swear to God, like a couple months later, the feds hit him. And then this whole shit been going on the whole time. And I watched him lose everything. And I watched him get it all back. And then I've been watching him, you know, this all been brewing up to this point. Like, he been waiting to see how much time he was going. But I've been following him the whole time. And it's a real interesting story to me. Like, the story, I got a lot of respect for him, though. Like, as a hustler, a grinder, a father, like, I got a lot of respect for him. He seemed to be a cool dude. I respect the grind. And you know what I mean? 5.5 years ain't that bad of a sentence for as much money as you touched and as much as you accomplished in your lifetime. 5.5 years don't seem that bad. Like, you know what I mean? I know it's time away from your family and your freedom and everything, but for as much money as you was dealing with and touching, it don't seem that bad, bro.
Nah, I mean, that's one of them cases where you can really say it probably was worth it.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
You know, I mean, right, I don't know how much he got to give. I think they already see something like $6 million. I think he got to give back like 30.
No, he said he gave him 10 million. He said he gave him 10 already. They already got 10. And then he said he owed another 5.7 to the IRS for back taxes or some shit I guess back taxes or some shit. And then, yeah, he'd be all right though. He still got money. He redid his shit, like revamped his whole little company and shit, started getting rich off some other shit, got his shit back up, so he'd be all right.
So, I mean, it's really, don't sound too crazy because I thought that it was like 30 mil he had to give back. If you saying 5.5 mil.
You know how the blogs switch it up and they get switched a million times, but I listened to the one where he said out his own mouth, he said he gave him 10 million. He said they got 10 million from him already as far as restitution. And he had to give the IRS another 5.7 million in back taxes. But he said he gonna be all right though. He said, like, you know what I mean? He in good spirits about it.
Yeah, I mean, he got 5.5 years. He'd probably be home with good time in 4.
Like 3.5, then some time.
Yeah. Okay. Let's stick to dudes heading upstate. Right out there in your backyard, Eric Holder.
Oh yeah.
60 years.
60 to life. Yeah.
60 to life. I mean, 60 is life. Let's just call it what it is.
He finna be gone a long time.
What was your thoughts when that sentence came down? Did you think he would get any less than that, or did you?
I knew he was gonna get it. I knew he was gonna get it.
So that was no shock for you.
I know too many. You know, I'm from out here, so you know I know too many dudes. I knew what he was getting. They got you dead bang on camera, murdering a nigga, like dead bang on camera. Like, you knew he was gonna get banged. I knew they was gonna bang him.
Okay, so Boosie, you know, he was just like, he was straight up with it. He was like, yo, I hope homeboy gets stabbed to death by Crips in prison. Do you even think this dude is gonna make it for them 60 years?
Honestly, like, see, this is the thing you gotta understand. Like they from the same hood, and a lot of people don't know the inner workings of the hood and how shit go. A lot of shit go, but everybody ain't. It's not finna be everybody. Like, I know you got your Nipsey fans out here, and they want to see. They think shit's supposed to go a certain way, but obviously in the gang world, a lot of the gang, like, they not gonna jump on the internet and say it, but a lot of the niggas from his own hood, they gonna feel like Eric Holder was in the right and he did what he was supposed to do as a gangster, as a street nigga. You know what I mean? As a street nigga, he really did what he was supposed to do. Now, on the flip side, the family and the friends and the fans, they feel like, you know, fuck this nigga. But as far as the gang go, it's gonna always be split, because you're gonna have some niggas that feel like he shouldn't have did that, and then you're gonna have the other side of niggas that feel like he did what he was supposed to do. So it's always gonna be a political clash right there. But I don't think, honestly, like, I don't think he gonna really, like, I don't think the Crips really gonna do nothing to him. Like, just I think he more wrong in the fans' eyes than he is in the gang's eyes. Honestly.
Yo, that's an interesting perspective. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a real interesting perspective right there.
Like, you notice you ain't seen too many dudes. Like, they was on Cowboy, everybody on Cowboy ass about, you know, him going and doing whatever he did at the courthouse or whatever. But honestly, like, you notice you don't hear too much of nobody really speaking out, saying too much against Eric Holder. Like, nobody said, like, only Cowboy like the only one, but you don't hear too many other 60s or other Crips really like, oh, fuck him, and you know what I mean? You don't really hear that too much, because a lot of people know, like, he kind of was, not saying he was in the right, but in that gangster world, in that street life, a lot of members gonna say he did what he was supposed to do. Like, so, you know, it's a flip-sided coin. Like,
Wow. Either which way, I'm gonna tell you something. It wasn't worth it, man. 60 years of life.
No, it wasn't worth it at all. And then who you killed and the way you damaged and hurt the culture over nothing, like, it's just a loss of two lives, really. Like, it's a double loss of life, like, because you're not going to enjoy the rest of your life. Like, it just, you know, that's a decision he made, and now he got to live with it.
You absolutely right. You absolutely right. Let me ask you something. Did you hear about in Rochester, New York, Glorilla, her and Finesse 2 times, they did a concert. And again, sad to report, it was like a stampede that took place up there.
Yeah, I heard
and
somebody
2 people lost their lives.
Yeah, I heard about that. That shit's crazy. I mean, you know, anything can happen at them shows, man. It's like that shit that just happened with Travis Scott, like all that shit that happened. Like, you know, a lot of shit happened at them shows. A lot of people be amped off drugs and full of liquor and all, you know. It just, you gotta be careful. I think that shit need to be bad. It's not Glorilla's fault. I hate how when shit happens, like they make it seem like it was the performer's fault or something. Like, it ain't my fault because this shit get out of hand. Like, you know what I mean? I'm only here to perform and entertain. So I don't like how they automatically start like trying to bash her or like say little shit. Like, that's, you know what I mean? It's just idiotic.
Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, she's the star. It's her name that gets the clicks. It's her name that sells. And yeah, people they gonna always associate it with the celebrity. But to keep it 100, she nor Finesse 2 times, They wasn't even in the building when it went down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They ain't got shit to do with shit.
You know what's worst of all? But then again, maybe you can understand it because they said the stampede started because they thought people were shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody was shooting, come to find out, but everybody started running. And unfortunately, 2 people, they didn't make it.
Yeah. I mean, but I could see how that happened. I went to a party once. It was like a warehouse party. And we in there partying. And we thought we heard gunshots. We thought whatever. I don't know what it was, what it ended up being. If it was some balloons, a couple of balloons got popped or something. But we thought we heard gunshots. And it immediately, like, pandemonium immediately set in and people got to jumping over shit. And I was just at a small scale, like, warehouse type of party. So I can imagine that, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. That shit'll get out of hand real quick, man. So, just got to be careful and that's it. Just be careful and hope for the best. I mean, it's not much you could do in a situation like that. When you hear gunshots, a nigga gonna run. Like, you hear gunshots, you gonna run or duck. And it's just, you know what I mean? If you ducking, you gonna get run over by the people that's running. So you gotta,
Nah, that's true talk. I mean, you talked about instincts earlier. As soon as them shouts ring off,
you supposed to run. A nigga know, run or duck low. Either duck low or run. Like,
yep.
So, you know what I mean? Your first instinct. You hear shots, boom, you finna duck low or you finna take off running. It's like.
Okay, tell me, are you keeping up with this YSL Rico case?
Loosely. Yeah, I've been checking it out. It's like, it's like, it's kind of heartbreaking, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of heartbreaking. Like, I hate to see Thug. Like, I used to give him a lot of flack. Like, I used to bag on him a lot. But like, seeing him go through this, like, I feel bad for him now. Like, damn, man, this shit crazy. Like, not really bad. I ain't gonna say bad for him because he knew the job was dangerous. Like, he knew that. But just to see it, I don't want to see nobody go through no shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Just to have to question your boy's loyalty and you feeling like you're back against the wall and your niggas is turning against you. And I don't like to see nobody have to go through that shit. So I feel bad for him in that aspect. But at the same time, man, these dudes is crazy, man. You need to respect your position in life, especially when you make it to everybody trying to make it somewhere and trying to be something. Everybody gotta be something in life. Everybody gotta pay rent one day. One day, that's one, you know what I mean? Everybody has rent to pay. Everybody got family to take care of. So it's like, once you make it to a point in life, you gotta humble yourself, bro, and really know your position and sit back and just play your position. Like, you can't be out here trying to play John Gotti because you got a couple of dollars. Like, you know what I mean? It's just the way it is, bro.
Nah, you right about that. And again, this is another case where, I mean, you got to worry more about your codies than anything else. I don't know if you saw that video, but one of them dudes, YSL Woody, I think his name is. They got video come out of this man in the room, and he telling everything for about 3 hours straight.
He been informing though. That's the crazy part. He been informing on shit. That's the crazy part because nigga, you had snitches amongst you all along. Like, that's what's so crazy, and like that's the part that's like heart wrenching, and it's like cringy. Like, damn, you had these niggas around you and they were snitches all along. It's like that. It's just that feeling of betrayal, and you know what I mean? It's a fucked up feeling, bro.
So what you think is gonna happen with Gunna? Because Gunna's saying I didn't snitch, but the streets is coming down on him hard. Do you think he even got a career?
I mean, me personally, I never liked Gunna music anywhere. I never did. Like, so I couldn't care less. I never liked Gunna music, but honestly, like, As far as the streets go, shit, like nigga, that's a wrap, bro. Like that street shit, you can't talk that street shit really no more. Like honestly, like how you gonna come back and talk that street shit after that? Like you hurried up and pleaded out, like you cooperated, bro. Like ain't no if, ands, buts about it. Like nigga, everybody else that did it, they throwing them through the fire. Like you know what I mean? You gotta get through to the fire too. Like nigga, you cooperated, nigga. So I mean, it is what it is.
So you feel as simple as that. What he did, yo,
you cooperated.
You cooperated. I understand it was a plea, but from a street standpoint, you cooperated.
You can't get that deal he got without giving them something. Of course he gonna come out saying, "Oh, I didn't snitch." I didn't like, yeah, but you like, bro, you cooperated in some kind of. They're not gonna just let you out for nothing. Like, bro, you gave them something. You have to give them something to get out, bro. So, like, bro, you cooperated, my nigga. You told, like, that's it.
You know, 600 Breezy, he sat down with Vlad.
600
he was
Breezy,
like,
man, I was watching that shit, man. That nigga he said he on Gunna side of, I don't know, he sounded crazy about that. I don't know, they need to watch that nigga too. He sounded crazy. I was just watching that shit like last night or something. He sounded kind of crazy. I don't know, 600 Breezy be all over the place sometimes.
Well, he said something interesting. I want to get your thoughts on it. He said that the only way Gunna can save his career is if Young Thug come out and say he approved him cooperating.
That nigga ain't approved that nigga to cooperate. Cause why would he approve you to cooperate and you gonna be watched? Nigga, that's like admitting your guilt, nigga, and just basically saying like, you know what I mean? Y'all niggas knew that job was dangerous when you took it, nigga. Like, nigga, like, why the fuck would he tell you to cooperate knowing that's gonna get him watched? That don't even make no sense. That sounds stupid as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy one, but it looked like Gunna trying to leave the label before his next album drops. So,
see what I'm saying? Because shit, before you get caught in the windmill, like shit, Thugger finna go to jail. This nigga ain't finna beat us. That nigga going to jail. You got to do something. That nigga jumping ship. That nigga like, you know what I mean? That nigga talk and he hurried up and jumped ship. Like nigga, he like, bro, I don't think that. I mean, honestly. The way this music is set up, the way this music game set up now, I think he's still gonna make money. He's still gonna have a career. But honestly, fuck these street niggas anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't walking around with these street niggas anyway. It's like, shit, like, nigga, you don't know these niggas, so he ain't finna, like, I don't think it's gonna stop him none. Like, I don't think it's gonna affect his, you know, it might affect your street credibility, but as far as, like, you getting money and you moving around and making music and putting out music and selling shows and shit, I think they still gonna fuck with him. They still fuck. Look at 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine still moving around.
I was just about to bring up 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine, I mean, he admitted to what he did. It ain't even no question.
And he's still moving around.
And he's still making millions.
Mm-hmm. This nigga still moving around, so I don't think it's gonna affect Gunna too much.
Yo, your man Boosie's a fool. He said Gunna, he snitched to get out of jail so he could buy them Super Mario boots. You know them big red boots everybody wearing?
Stupid ass shits. Them the dumbest boots I ever, that's the dumbest thing I ever saw. It was a few rappers that I predicted would have got some too.
Yo, can you believe people were really wearing them joints?
Yeah, I could believe Lil Wayne got some. Lil Wayne got some. I could see, yeah, it's a few rappers that I could believe that would have them. Like, I could believe it. These people will wear anything, bro. These, everybody want to be. It's like a sheepish world to me. Like everybody is sheep. Like everybody wants to be can't nobody make nothing hot. Like nothing you make is hot. Like anything you make hot, 10 10 more million people gonna make that hot too. That the same thing. Like, you ever watch these cooking things? I watch on the cooking, like you go on Instagram, you see these cooking shorts and these cooking reels, and everybody sound, or these TikToks, and everybody sound the same. Like, it's like a few different chefs. I swear to God, like 5 different chefs, and they all sound just alike, and they all copy the same shit, like the same style. The other one does, like, you could just tell it's just like, it's disgusting. And it's the same with fashion. Like, it don't even have to be nothing. It could be the stupidest shit ever, but if somebody gets them and makes them hot, they gonna run out and go grab them. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I just don't understand it.
Nah, I agree with you. Anything could be made hot these days.
Like the stupidest shit. Like these TikTok, like air fryer. Now all of a sudden air fryer is just so hot. Oh, air fryer salmon nuggets. Now everybody's fucking, everybody just fucking so obsessed with these air fryer salmon nuggets. Like, what the fuck? Like, I still don't own an air fryer. Fucking, like, you know what I mean? I use cooking oil like a regular motherfucking a cast iron skillet, but everybody is just so crazed about, oh, I saw these air fryer salmon nuggets. Like, it just fucking, it's fucking annoying.
Nah, you absolutely right. Oh, I want to get your thoughts on this. Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Jada.
Yeah, shout out to Jada, man. Legend,
he said,
real legend.
Yeah, Jada top 5 dead or alive.
Real legend.
He said, yo, the record labels should be held more accountable for rappers' violent lyrics. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, they just making a living out our misery. Like, you know what I mean? They selling our stories. So it's like, you're the artist. You're selling your story. You got to make the story sound believable, sound sellable. All the labels is doing is selling the stories. Like, so it's all up to you as a man. Like, it ain't up to the label, like, to, you know what I mean? All they doing is, it's their job to sell the music. It's your job to make the music. They can't make the music real or fake. Like, you know what I mean? That's up to you as an artist. So it's like, bro, I think these people like always looking, I think when shit go bad, people like to point the finger, or everybody always looking for the scapegoat. Like, and that's all that shit be. It's like, y'all, everybody want it all when shit is going good, but when shit go bad, nobody wants anything. It's like, nah, bro, it don't work like that. You gotta take the good with the bad. Like, and that's just the way it go.
Nah, that's truth. You know, on one hand, a lot of artists is like, yo, it's freedom of speech. You know, I'm an artist. I'm no different than Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. Yeah. When they get on the screen and they doing what they doing, y'all not locking them up, so why you locking us up?
Exactly.
But there's a flip side to the coin, which I get, where, you know, people feel like the record labels are profiting from young brothers and young sisters putting out these violent images, you know, about the culture. So you could look at it from either side.
They are though, like, but I mean, what make that any different than any movie director or any author, any book author? Like, you know what I mean? What makes them any different? They are profiting off our stories, off our, you know what I mean? This ghetto allure, this street, you know what I mean? This gritty street drama, like, you know what I mean? Everybody, they looking for that. They want that. It's just like any author, any movie director, any fucking play director, like, they gotta, you know what I mean? I'm telling a story too. Like, what make my story any different? See, the thing is, you're not supposed to be telling the stories about shit that you actually out here doing still. That's the thing. Like, being an artist is an artist. Like, I'm just bringing you these gritty stories about where I'm coming from. I don't necessarily have to be participating in the acts myself, but I've been around acts. I've seen acts. I've talked to people who committed acts. I've heard of acts. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm just telling the stories. Like, and people need to understand how to separate real from fake. Like, you know what I mean? They need to, like, what's fact and fiction is two different things. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm telling a story, and artists tell their story. It shouldn't be, your lyrics shouldn't be held against you in the court of law. Like, it's just that. Like, unless you just like jumped on a song and word for word detailed how you know what I mean, slaughtered a fucking family or something. You know what I mean? Something crazy like that. But other than that,
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, either which way, you know, something got to give. You know what I'm saying? Because it definitely is getting a little crazy out here, and blaming the lyrics, it's an easy target. You know, speaking of that, Boosie, and we've been talking about him a lot during this interview.
Y'all always hear his name a lot on Vlad TV. He's a real friend of the show.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure you, like half of America, heard when Boosie went off, and you know, he said he's canceling his album with T.I.
Nah, honestly, to me, Boosie Ben heard that nigga was snitching before they made that album. Like, you Ben knew about that 1-800-44-TIPS video and all that shit. We been, the streets already been saying that nigga snitch way back then. So him acting like it's something brand new, all of a sudden, that's bullshit. Like, oh no, you did that. I can't rock with you no more. Like, nigga, you already seen that. You seen that video just like millions of other people when he did the 1-800-44-TIPS. When he got out after a year getting called on, everybody been whispering saying T.I. was a snitch. That ain't nothing new. Like, all of a sudden now, cause this bullshit, now all of a sudden it's such a Boosie be on bullshit sometimes too. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes Boosie be on some bullshit. I don't see like I understand, or they telling you not to do the record. But nigga, you shouldn't have recorded a record with the nigga in the first place, though. That nigga they been saying that nigga was a snitch. So why you even recording a record with the nigga? That just don't make no sense. Like, I don't know.
Nah, I mean, I heard first and foremost they spoke offline, so the album might be back on track. But Tip said, yo, if you gonna accuse somebody of snitching, you gotta first ask to see their paperwork. And he offered up his paperwork. So irregardless of what people was whispering,
ain't no paperwork.
Tip got the paperwork to back it up.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Boosie be moving too fast sometimes. It's like, bro, you saying that because of that don't change the fact that you been seen that video and been heard that nigga was, you been knew that nigga getting out of jail in a year for all them guns wasn't right. You been knew that already. So this new revelation, this shit is like, that shit ain't nothing to like, you know what I mean? I feel like you shouldn't have recorded no album with the nigga in the first place. If that was the case, you knew that already. So why are you record an album with him?
So you ain't buying it?
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh man. All right, let's keep it in Atlanta for a second. Since the last time you've been up here, Takeoff, one third of the Migos lost his life.
Yeah, that was fucked up, man. I felt real bad about that. I felt bad for him, man, because he was always the quiet one. Then, I joke a lot. Like, you know what I mean? So I always shoot a joke about a nigga here and there. So, it just like, I remember it was like, I had a few jokes about them back in the days and it was just real, real funny. But I always honestly really thought Takeoff was like the cool, smooth one out the group. Like even from when they first came out, like, I think it was Fight Night. I used to check on, that nigga, you know what I mean? He had something with him. And it was just like, it was fucked up when I heard that it was him. Not that it should have happened to any of them, but it was just like, damn, him out of all of them. That shit was crazy. That fucked me up.
Yeah, I think it messed a lot of people up to keep it 100. Matter of fact, I saw something with you where you was like, yo, a lot of my close friends got killed in dice games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even play dice no more.
I don't shoot dice. I do not shoot dice. I refuse. Like, I've never shot dice. I've never, ever shot dice. Only time I ever shot a dice was like in the casino, like in Vegas. You know, I might have played like $100 right quick or some bullshit, but like I never like played no dice or like a hood dice game, or not ever. And then like it's just like for me, having somebody so close, like I've had real close homies that got killed in dice games. So for me, having niggas that close to me die like that, I vowed never to shoot no dice. Like you won't ever catch. Like I don't even like when the dice come out. Like you at a party or, you know what I mean, a little backyard boogie and niggas bring the dice out. I already start to feel uneasy. Like I'm ready to go. I don't even like the energy that surrounds the dice game. I just don't like it.
Nah, that's real talk. That's real talk. And you know, it's unfortunate, but it just is what it is. When you get to a certain level, you can't do certain things no more. And you damn sure can't shoot dice, you know, with people you don't know like that.
Yeah, I ain't shooting no dice. But honestly, they said it wasn't even over the dice game though. Like that's the thing. Like they said they was shooting dice in there, but the argument wasn't over the dice game though. Like that's what they said. Like multiple witnesses have said that. Like the argument, it wasn't over the dice game. They was arguing over basketball, some whole totally different shit. It just, I think like what it looked like to me, it just looked like it was a lot of testosterone flying around, a lot of egotistical shit, you know. Niggas got money, y'all got money, we got money, these niggas in our city type shit. And I just think shit just escalated too fast and it just went the wrong way, honestly. Like, I don't think it was like, no, we was plotting and, we set them up and like, nah, because I've been in too many places and in too many situations and I know how fast shit'll heat up. Like, out of nowhere, shit'll be cool and shit'll heat up and escalate fast as shit, like immediately within seconds. So I just really think, you know, there was a lot of testosterone, a lot of ego shit. And, you know, just from the looks of it, it just looked like, you know, Takeoff was just in the wrong place at the wrong time type shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I don't think there was no real conspiracy behind it or no, it's just wrong place, wrong time. Like, you know what I mean?
And those are the ones that always hurt the worst, you know. And like you said a couple of times, he was the quiet one. He was the one that was always easy. Like you ain't here take being loud or obnoxious and none of that. Smooth dude. It's just unfortunate, man. And I pray for his family, real talk. Because he's another young bro. I think he's something like 27, 28 years old, tops.
He was young. Like, I don't think he was that old, was he? Yeah, well, yeah, he was something like that. Yeah, probably. He was a young dude, though. He was young.
Yeah.
I think we was about 26, I think, something like that. He was young, yeah.
Yeah, very young man.
I didn't even realize.
Did you see, what'd you say?
I didn't even realize he was so young until he died. Like, I thought he was older than that.
Nah, a lot of times you think these dudes is older because you used to seeing them. I mean, Migos been doing their thing for 10 years strong.
Yeah.
So it's easy to think that they a little older than what they was, but he came in the game as a baby.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You didn't realize how young they was when they came in. That was a trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Jay Prince went on $1 million worth of game.
I think that
Wallow and Gilly the Kid.
I don't think he should have did that. I don't think he should have did none of them interviews. Like, I think he should have just stayed quiet and just, I mean, even though people trying to like put shit on his name and like, still it's all speculation until you speak. It's like, I think he should have just kept quiet and stayed in the shadows and let the people say what they was gonna say and let that whole shit just blow over. Like, you know what I mean? Because the people it just end up being bad. And now it's like people is like they've been waiting for that little weakness in your armor, and now they starting to attack it. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? I'm starting to, everybody going at Jay Prince right now. I'm seeing fucking T.I., Boosie, you got fucking Charleston White going crazy. Fucking, it's just everybody I see, like, where you never seen that before all through these years from the time I've been paying attention to rap a lot and Jay Prince and all that. I've never seen that. Like, right now, like, it's like, you know what I mean? They finally discovered a point in your armor, and now everybody's trying to attack. Like, it's just like, I just don't get it, bro. It's like, he didn't have nothing to do with it. It's like people you can't save the world. Like, you might have shit on lock and but you can't be everywhere. And you can't be everywhere and you can't save everybody. It's just inevitable. The police can't be everywhere and save everybody. You got fucking snitches and witness protection that still get killed. Like, you know what I mean? So you can't just say, oh yeah, he in Houston, so Jay Prince supposed to make sure, like, you know what I mean? That wasn't Jay Prince. Like, you got one nigga that decided to act, and you know what I mean? Any fool can act and commit any act. It's just about the reaction. Like, you know what I mean? But any fool could jump and commit an act. Like, so you can't, I don't think Jay Prince is to blame, but I think, you know how the media is and the way the world is, and jealous people and haters, they just look for something to attack you on. You know what I mean? So I just think just that kind of gave his image a black eye, so now everybody want to attack it, honestly.
Well, you know, you said earlier, I never heard people going at him like this, ever. But truth of the matter is, you never really heard Jay Prince speak as direct as he did. Like, this, the chink in the armor was him.
That's what I'm saying.
He always kept it low. He always moved kind of like the old school Cosa Nostra. You knew, because it's a big difference between the way John Gotti moved. Like, a lot of dudes move. They want you to know I'm the boss. They want you to know how much money. They want you to know how much power they got. And, you know, a Paul Castellano or one of them old school mafia dudes who's in the back, but you know they running the show. So before this, you heard the stories, you knew who he was, you knew he was getting money, but you didn't really hear from him. And I think it surprised a lot of people that he went on that podcast and spoke
like,
so
you
direct.
heard from him, but it was always short and sweet. Like, it was, he said what he said, and that's it. Now it seemed like he doing a lot of explaining himself. He explaining himself a lot, and now, like, people never seen him do that. You never seen him get on there and explain nothing. They're like, it's just a weakness in the armor. That's it. It's like the weakness in the armor. They exposed a point in the army, and now they just gonna finally attack it, and that's it. But I just think he just need to fall back from all the media shit and just stop talking. Just like, you know what I mean? Stop talking. Let that shit play out how it's gonna play out. And just, you know, let the storm pass. Like, the storm will pass. You know, you just gotta deal with shit behind the scenes, but it's gonna pass eventually. Like, you know what I mean? He's still gonna be rich. He's still gonna be Prince of the South. You know what I mean? He's still gonna be Jay Prince, you know? So I don't think it's gonna hurt nothing.
Nah, that's real talk. It really is. You know, go back to doing what you did over all these years that helped you get to where you at, both financially and the respect that you got. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, it's like, for Jay Prince, it's like when Tyson finally lost the fight. They were like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. That's what the people is like, damn, like, something finally happened on Jay Prince watch. Like, oh, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's like when Tyson finally lost the fight, like, oh, you feel me? You fucking shocked. You like, you mortified. Like, it's like, people is like, so now, like, you know, and that's just where he at with it.
Okay. You know, let's stick in LA for a second. Since the last time and I should have talked about this right after the Takeoff situation, because they both hurt the heart of so many fans and definitely pierced the heart of hip hop. PNB Rock.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro. He just threw himself to the wolves to me. Like he just threw himself to the. He's like the unexperienced city boy that wants to go rent a cabin out in the woods and take his girl, and you're not experienced in the fucking wilderness at all. You don't know nothing about. You really don't know nothing about this fucking cutting firewood and shooting elk but you know what I mean? You just brought your girl and just walked into the middle of the woods, and now you fucking surrounded by bears and just get eaten by bears. Like it was like one of them situations. It was like you brought yourself out here and you kinda, you done been around some niggas and you kinda know the streets, but you don't know the streets like that. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know these streets like that. You don't know these LA streets like that and how niggas don't give a fuck about no rapper, bro. Like, niggas think like, a lot of niggas tend to think like, oh, I'm famous, everybody love me. Niggas don't love you. Like, nigga, you got niggas jealous of you. You got niggas that just don't give a fuck. Niggas just see a lick, a walking lick. Nigga, you walking around with $100,000 worth of jewelry on. You know, some niggas that do to, like, niggas go rob a fucking gas station for fucking change, for niggas will rob a liquor store for fucking $6. Like, you know what I mean? What do you think when a nigga see thousands of dollars just sitting right there on your neck? What do you think they gonna do? Like, they mouth gonna get to watering. They gonna come get it. And that's what you gotta know about out here. That shit ain't, and I think he should have been more aware of his surroundings and more aware of the situation that you were walking into, bro. Like, do you really know what you're doing? Like, bro, you finna pull up to Roscoe's on Manchester and Main with $100,000 worth of jewelry on and sit down and eat. Like, you're not even like coming to pick up your order and leave. You coming in to sit down and eat. It's like, nah, bro, nah. That was a fatal mistake.
Yeah, I saw that you said you was like, yo, he got to actually take some of the blame for it.
He got to take like 80% of the blame. Like, you know what I mean? 80%. Like, bro, you should not have done that, bro. That's shit. You were supposed to know. You out here, you moved out here. Somebody should have had you laced on what, you know what I mean, where not to go. Like, you should have been reading Yelp reviews. Like, you couldn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you could look on Yelp. I could look on Yelp and know that's not the place to go. Like, I swear to God, it's like, he just made a fatal mistake. He made a fatal mistake.
Well, rest in peace, PNB Rock, real talk, because either which way, that's another brother going too soon, man.
Up. And I liked his music. His music was real dope. I liked him. He was cool. I thought he was like a little like, I thought he was another one of them rappers that are rapper musicians that need to focus on the music. Stop trying to be hard and stop trying to prove to niggas that you tough. Focus on the music. You got a name, you getting money. Focus on the music, bro. Like, these niggas be trying to be tough too bad. Like, fuck that tough guy shit. Fuck that, I'm a real street nigga. Like, niggas don't get no checks for being a real street nigga. You know, like, nobody give a fuck about that shit no more. That's cool. You could tell your stories and shit, but all this jumping on live with the guns and all these, niggas ain't pulling up on me and I drop my location, all that. Fuck all that old clown shit, bro. I'm so sick of that shit. Like, bro, just make the music for the people, bro. Stay out of people's fucking hood. Like, nigga, if you not from there, don't come there, nigga. Like, don't go to nobody fucking project. I don't give a fuck. But, oh, yeah, you famous, come to our project. I don't want to see your fucking hood. Why would I leave my hood? I scratched and scrounged and climbed my way to get the fuck up out of my own hood. Why the fuck do I want to come to your city and see your hood? Like, I don't want to see your fucked up hood. Show me some fly shit. Like, nigga, I don't want to see the fucked up shit in my own city, nigga. I want to go downtown to have lunch. I don't want to go to fucking Inglewood to have lunch, nigga. That's why I left. Like, I left that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to do that. Like, nigga, I'm trying to go, I'm looking up. Like, I'm not looking backwards. And these dudes get rich and want to look backwards so bad. It's like, bro, come fuck with me on my level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you successful and you got money now, bring them niggas up on your level. We supposed to be getting fucking Roscoe delivered to my fucking condo right now. I'm getting money like that. Like, you know what I mean? We ain't going to sit in no Roscoe. We got Roscoe delivered, catered. We got catered Roscoe's. Like, shit like that, bro. Like, you gotta take your success and, like, you gotta know the position you in and how easy it is for it to be shifted. Like, you know what I mean? You could be, the tables just turn so fast, bro. It's just like in a blink of an eye, everything could be over. And it's just, you just gotta be aware out here, bro. Like, really, really aware.
Nah, man, what you just said is so real and it's so deep. I wish all these young brothers, I wish all these, and not just artists, not just rappers, just so many young brothers, because that's that OG talk. That, like what you just said, this need to go viral. Real talk. And this need to be, when some of these artists get signed, they need to sit them down. And soon as they put their name on the dotted line with the contract, they need to hand them this and say, now go listen to this. Be clear. The same thing, Jay Morant need to listen to this. So many, like, that's that OG talk, real talk.
That's that shit, bro. Like that. Like, it was always, like, I could honestly say, like, I was taught wrong. Like, you know, you in the hood, you growing up, you see a certain thing, and we wanted to be that, like being I ain't gonna say fatherless, but like my pops was gone at the vital years where I really needed that role model and somebody to really, like, where I was really shaping into becoming to what kind of man I was gonna be. And my pops wasn't there for that stage of my life. So it forced me to, like, look to these other niggas that was in my environment, and we glorified the wrong shit. Like, you know what I mean? They didn't even know what they was doing, but we followed them because we thought that, you know what I mean? We think they know the way, so we follow them, but they didn't know the way either. So it was like, it's just like it's a cycle, bro, and it trickles down, and shit didn't start changing for me in my life until I changed my mentality. Like, I realized, like, it'll never change if you don't change the way you think, your thought process. It's like, bro, you gotta think different. Like, you could take a nigga fresh out the project and dump him in Hollywood Hills in a mansion. That's gonna, without his mentality being different, it's just gonna be the projects in Hollywood Hills. It's like, you know what I mean? You're gonna have the hood up here, it's gonna be ghetto graffiti, trash outside, because that's your mentality. You don't have a different mentality to even know how to accept something better. Like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't even know what to do with something better because you're fucking, you know what I mean? Ghetto ain't a place. Ghetto is a mentality. It's not a place. There's no place, the ghetto. No, the ghetto is where people with a certain mentality are gathered. Like, you know what I mean? It's a mentality. It's not a place. You know what I mean?
That's so real. That's so real and so powerful.
It's real shit, bro.
Wow. Yo, you know something? Speaking of ghetto, what's your thoughts on Blueface and Chrisean Rock's toxic relationship?
That shit is like, yeah, that shit, it's entertaining. It's entertaining. Like, don't get me wrong, it's entertaining for TV, but yeah, that shit is like, I can't deal with all that turmoil. I can't deal with all that, like, just that turbulent ass fighting relationship, drunk. You get drunk having these, I just can't deal with that type of shit. Like, bro, I get anxiety watching them. It give me anxiety attack. Like, it's entertaining, it be funny, but it's like, who acts like that? She just be acting like an animal sometimes. Like, you see her on the other shows and just like, this tooth missing, and then she got it fixed, and thought she was so pretty, and then you just take it back out and just like, I don't know. It's just, she just kind of like, I don't know. I seen Lil Baby slid in her DM though. Ever since.
Yo, did you see that?
Yeah, I seen that. Lil Baby slid in that DM. Like, yeah, I seen that.
Yo, and Blueface called him out on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he wanted to get out of that situation.
I mean, that's his girl though. Like, you know what I mean? That's his. I mean, everybody, see, the thing is, everybody have problems. Every relationship got problems. But the thing is, with them, they shit is all over TV and all over social media. So you got everybody in your shit every which way. And then she's like, she's like a gutter out the mud ass, like Baltimore ass, like she don't got no kind of home training or nothing, like. And then it's just like, they just too, like the way his relationship with your mama, the way you went to with your moms, and it just, I don't know, bro, it's just too much. I can't deal with this shit. Like, I can't deal with it. And I hope they, like, I ain't gonna say nobody needs to go away from nobody, because who are you to tell? You know what I mean? Somebody like, man, you need to leave that. Like, everybody done dealt with something in their life, like, you know what I mean? So I can't tell nobody to leave. I'm just saying, I could not deal with that shit. Like, fuck that shit. There's nothing worth it to deal with that shit. I'm cool.
Nah, no way.
I'm cool.
No way. Cool. I need my sanity.
I couldn't deal with it.
They look like it ain't never no peace in that relationship.
None. Like, it's never. He be looking stressed out. Like, he's
all the time.
Like, I don't even think that nigga even 25. Like, how old is that? Is he even 25? That nigga,
I don't think he's 25.
That nigga looks so stressed out though. Like, that nigga like a young old nigga. Like, for real. He like a young old nigga for real, bro. That nigga looks stressed out.
Yo, Boskoe, you a funny dude. You had me cracking up, kid. Do you realize you was like, the Brittney Griner trade looked weak? America negotiated with a terrorist for a weedhead lesbian. I'm glad she's out, but America's part in that look weak. Yo,
look weak, bro. Like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Like, we the country that hunted down Bin Laden. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, this is America, and we trade a fucking international arms dealer. Like, we let this nigga out of a maximum security, our most maximum security federal prison that we got. We released this man out of that and send him back to his country just to save a weedhead lesbian? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. What is this, BLM? Like, this is BLM flexing his muscle, bro. Like, come on, man. That shit just don't make no sense. I'm glad she home. Like, you know what I mean? She is an American. I'm glad she home. But that trade just that's like you having a brand new 2020 Harley Davidson and you traded for a fucking dirt bike. Like you just traded it. Like, I just traded a brand new 2023 Road Glide for a 1997 Honda YZ 125. Like, what the fuck? Like, it just didn't, like, you know what I mean? It just wasn't, I don't think it was a good look for the country. Like, look at Trump. You hear Trump. Trump didn't like that shit either. Like, I don't know. You know what's crazy? Like, Trump got a lot of flack when he became president, but niggas can't deny Trump make a lot of good, valid ass points, and Trump is a real American. Trump is an American, and that's what I like about Trump, man. He may come about it. He may come across as assholish, but he really for the country, though. That's what I like about Trump.
Yeah, so let's put it like this. You think Trump would have made that trade? You think he would have let her back up?
Never. I don't think Trump would have never did that shit. No, Trump wouldn't have did that shit, bro.
So Brittney would have still been locked up, doing hard labor.
Brittney would have been doing push-ups right now. And they're doing push-ups right now. I'll tell you, Trump would have left her ass. I don't think, not that he would have left her, but he wouldn't have made that trade. That wouldn't have been a trade. Trump wouldn't have did that.
Nah, I don't think he would have. Like, real talk.
He wouldn't have.
All right. You brought this name up earlier. Give me your thoughts on Tory Lane. Found guilty
Idiot.
for shooting Meg Thee Stallion.
Idiot. Idiot. In every sense of the word. Idiot. Like, bro, you fumbled the ball. Like, if fumbled the ball was a person, my nigga, like, he was like, bro, you one of the most successful artists of today, bro. Nigga, you sitting up there hanging with Kylie Jenner. How you go from hanging with Kylie Jenner and fucking Meg Thee Stallion in the jacuzzi and shit? How you go from that to catching a fucking shooting? What they charge you with? Assault with a deadly weapon? Assault with a deadly weapon?
Yeah, yep.
Because it wasn't attempted murder.
Found guilty.
She got shot in the foot, but it wasn't attempted murder. What they charged? It was assault with it must had to be assault with a deadly weapon or assault with great bodily injury. Probably something like that.
Something
you know
like
what I mean?
that.
But like, how do you go from being one of the top most strict, and then I don't understand with all this money, how the fuck how you blow trial? Like, how would you just sit there and go all the way through trial and think you was from the wind? Like it. I just didn't understand that. Like, bro, you have a living, breathing witness saying that you shot her, and you're still taking this to trial. Like, what the fuck do you think is gonna happen in trial? They have the living, breathing witness saying, yes, he shot me. What is gonna happen in trial, bro? Like, I didn't understand, like, why you took that to trial and let it go. Like, even if you took it to trial, you should have been like on the, you know what I mean? You should have been at the fucking prosecutor's table negotiating something different. Like, that shit wasn't looking good, bro. Like, the fact that you picked jury, I just didn't understand. Like, bro. Like, not that anything would have been a better deal, but I just don't see, like, bro, I just don't see myself taking no shit like that to trial. Like, that just didn't make no sense. I've never seen a nigga take no shit like that. Like, you got a living, breathing witness saying that you did something to me, you shot me, and you took it to trial, bro. Like, that shit was just ridiculous to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy because you said the same thing Tony Yayo said, to the T.
That shit is crazy. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, Yayo was like, yo, he ain't never seen nobody take something to trial.
Nobody does. Like, bro, you got a famous witness at that. This ain't just like this ain't no bum off the street. This ain't no gangbanger. Like, nigga, you got a fucking, you know what I mean? You got a fucking superstore sitting here. You got a superstore that's worth millions. You got all kind of record label execs, managers, lawyers, all kind of shit backing her. And she's saying, yes, he shot me. She's injured. She's showing her injuries. Nigga, you don't take that to trial, bro. You don't take that to trial. We can't go to trial with that. Like, nah. We gonna have to come with a deal. Like, we gonna have to come with a deal, bro.
Well, right now, he looking at 23 years. I bet you anything in the world, he wish he ain't take that to trial.
I swear to God, he wish. And then they gotta give you, like, the court, they want to give you the max. Like, once you take it to trial, you blow trial, they want to give you the maximum. Like, see, it's like all deals is off the table. There's no more deals. And then they got mandatory minimum. I think he might be lucky and get 15 years. I'll say that. I'll say 15.
Yo, it's crazy. You said he might get lucky and get 15 years.
Get lucky, you get 15.
Damn. You imagine you looking at 15 years and you talking about I'm lucky if I get it?
Nigga, what you think like, bro, when you pick up a gun, like, what do you think this gun is for? When you pick up a gun and you decide, like, I'm going outside today, I got my gun on me. Like, this is California. This ain't Florida. This ain't fucking Atlanta. This ain't none of them states where you could, you know what I mean, where you could have your gun on you and it's all wild, wild west. If they pull their gun, you could pull your gun. This ain't like that. Like, you still going to jail. Like, you have to be like, it has to be like, you damn near have to get, the gun has to be in your face and the gunman pulling the tree has to damn near be in the middle of the fucking shot going off that you can shoot back. Like, you don't have no fucking room for self-defense out here. Like, so it's like anything you do with a gun out here, you know you taking a certain kind of risk. You know, like, all right, I got a firearm. If I squeeze this firearm, it's not no, you know what I mean? It's not no turning back after that, nigga. And it's not no little bit of time you dealing with. Like, you could get caught with a burner, but once you take that step and fire that gun in the commission of a crime, oh my God, yeah. Yeah, they finna tear your ass up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, you know, he got that dude David Kenner, who used to be the death row lawyer. And I also think he got Jose Baez. I think he got Jose Baez, who got that chick from Florida off, who allegedly killed her baby. I forget the girl's name right now, but
I think he might could get 13. They might could give him 13. Cause you're gonna have to get 10 years. You committed a crime with a gun. So that's automatically 10 years. That's an automatic 10 years right there. And then the fact that you I say, you know, since he got a little money, he probably gonna have a whole lot of characters and, you know, character witnesses and everybody root for. I think the judge show a little bit of leniency and probably give him 13. 13, 15 years. 13 to 15 years.
Either which way, on the appeal, you know, it looked like he got David Kenner, Jose Baez, and Baez, the one, I just thought of the woman's name, Casey Anthony. He got her off for killing a kid in Florida. So maybe he'll win on the appeal, no matter how much time he get. Because they got a first sentencing before, you know, he can even start with the appeal.
Hell yeah, he got to get sentenced. I'll say like 10 to 15. I don't think he going to get 23. They ain't going to give him the max. But he definitely going to get at least 10, though. Just because it was a gun crime. Just considering the facts, at least 10.
Now, here's the deal, right? I don't know if he built for them 10, but I hope he is, because he ain't got no choice in it right now.
You ain't got no choice, nigga. You gotta be, and you're in LA County too. Oh my God, like, yeah. It's finna be a rough ride, bro.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. All right, 21. I don't know. Are you on Clubhouse?
I fucking hate Clubhouse, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I hate Whack 100 annoys the fuck out of me. Whack 100 is annoying as fuck. And just them people on Clubhouse, all that, it's just an annoying ass place. It's just annoying. I can't do it.
All right, so maybe you're not familiar with this. 21 Savage, he was on Clubhouse and he went back and forth with some Chicago dudes. You know,
he always get marked out. He can't talk good. I don't think he don't talk shit good. He just a good rapper. Like, he don't talk shit good. Like, he don't know how to get on there and go back and forth with niggas and serve the situation. Like, he be getting marked out and shut Whack 100, mark that nigga out, shut that nigga down. Like, had that nigga like, bro, yeah, he don't talk like you. Some niggas just ain't built for that. Like, nigga, you talk shit on the records. Like, when ain't nobody talking back. Like, he don't seem like he got enough vocabulary to like bag back. Like, you know, in school he used to bag. Like, he the nigga that get mad and just want to fight. Like, he didn't have no. You don't seem like you could talk that good to try to like, bro, quit trying to go back and forth with niggas on the internet, bro. You just sound stupid as fuck, bro. Oh God.
But here's a crazy thing, because 5 years ago, he started a campaign, and it's a nonviolence campaign. It's guns down, paintballs up. So I was shocked when I heard him going back and forth with dudes from Chicago on Clubhouse. And like you said, he ain't really, you know, it don't sound like he handled himself too good.
You don't talk too well. Like, them niggas marking you out. You don't even say the right shit. I'm like, bro, this nigga like, yeah, he just need to stay off Clubhouse.
Either which way, you know, I hope that he go back to, because to me it's always dope when youngins, dudes with influence, OGs, people who can actually make a change when they stand up and, say, yo, this ain't cool. So for him getting involved and starting that campaign, guns down, paintball up, that's dope. Stay on that road. You can't let dudes get you out your zone, man. You just can't.
These niggas want to be tough so bad, bro. I'm telling you, these niggas all want to seem like they tough. Like, then he already got marked out by Wack. Wack marked him out like that, so now he kind of like, you know what I mean? He on the fence about trying to like save face. Like, well, nigga, they already marked you out. Just make your music, bro, and just stop this, fuck this talk shit. If a nigga touch you or come up on you, then handle that. Like, well, nigga, fuck all this talking shit, bro. Fuck all that. Niggas want to go back and forth with these niggas and like, bro, who are you trying to prove something to? Fuck them niggas, bro. Like, make the music, bro. Do what you here to do, bro. Make the music, my nigga. All this extra.
And here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Them niggas ain't got nothing to lose going back and forth with them. Nothing.
They don't give a fuck. Like, you ain't doing nothing but making them, you giving them niggas clout. That's all they want. Like, bro, and you losing. And the same thing, at the same token, you losing, nigga. You ain't even sounding right. Like, nigga, you ain't talking about shit. You just getting marked out. Like, nigga, knock it off, bro.
Nah, when you get to a certain level, you got to understand there's no upside for you. It's no upside going back and forth
the only way
with
is
random
down
people.
Like, that's all you gonna do is fall back down, bro. That's
it. All right. Kodak Black. Kodak Black.
That's my partner, man. That's my partner.
I love Kodak, man. Real talk. I like that little dude.
He's him. He's him.
Exactly.
I say that. He's him. He's him.
But Florida judge ordered him to check himself into rehab. He tested positive. I think he tested positive for fentanyl. So he better be lucky he's still in the land of the living.
That dude is like, he another one. Just don't respect their position, just can't get. I don't know. I always felt like Kodak was a bit mentally challenged, like mildly autistic or something. Like, he just got like I don't know, he kind of like slow, like I say. Just a bit like, slow, for lack of a better word. Just like, I don't know, like, he just don't seem like he got it all. Like, I don't understand Kodak sometimes. He cool though, like, I like, but he just don't seem like he got it all.
Nah, he's a good dude. He really is. Good dude, dope rapper, dope as hell.
Yeah, he does make dope music.
Yeah.
He just,
but either way,
he just ain't got it all. Like, he ain't all the way there. It's like he a little, I guess you would call it slow. Like, he just seemed a little slow to me. That's all. I don't understand.
Yo, it's crazy because his lawyer was like, yo, he think that the person that was in charge of taking the test probably got the sample mixed up. So he's like, nah, Kodak wasn't dirty. They got that sample mixed up. The judge was like, okay, well, I want a piece of his hair right now.
Man, whatever. Whatever they say, man, you know how that's gonna go. They gonna do whatever they can to keep that nigga out of jail, but Kodak, man.
Yo, what's your thoughts on this fentanyl? Like,
I
don't even know how dudes is still taking these pills. I don't know how dudes like.
I don't even want to understand. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want to be nowhere around it. I don't want to be around nobody that be around it. None of that shit. I don't want nothing to do with that shit.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. That fentanyl, that's enough to make that's the Scared Straight program by itself. Like, I don't care if you think you addicted to Oxy, Perks, like that fentanyl will have me kicking that habit yesterday.
I don't do nothing, bro. I smoke and I drink like the old-fashioned way. Hennessy, you know what I mean? A little cognac, maybe some brandy, and a nice blunt, bro. Like, and that does me just fine. Like, I don't need to be any more elated than that. Like, I'm just fine, bro. I don't understand these rock star drugs, like all these extra, yeah, I call them, that's the Midwest drugs. I call them Midwest drugs.
Nah, they had on CNN the other night, and they was like, yo, the smallest dose, like just a small dose of that fentanyl to kill you.
Yeah,
You don't even need a lot of that in your system.
That's a little bit could tranquilize an elephant, like a fucking elephant up. So it's like just a small amount, and these niggas they don't know how much, they don't know what they doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these dudes just doing something and they don't even know the dosages or whatever it is, however it works.
Nah, you got niggas in the jungles of Colombia, like chemists. Them dudes ain't Harvard.
They come from Japan, I think. They come from like Japan, from China, like Japan.
The ingredients come from China. And then the dudes over in Colombia,
whip that shit up.
They mixing it up. They the chemists putting it all together, but they getting the ingredients, the raw ingredients from China.
Yeah. That
so
shit way out, man.
I don't know if they out there measuring it right. I'm just too scared to death to take any of that stuff.
That's why I don't understand how people, if y'all seeing this, how are y'all still taking this shit? Like, why are y'all still trying to get hard, bro? I'm so scared. Like, I would not, like, bro, I'm telling you, anything that ain't green that I can roll up and smoke and it don't come in a liquor bottle, a sealed liquor bottle, I'm not touching, bro.
That's real talk. Your man Boosie was like, yo, people need to go back to being crackheads. He was like, you still see crackheads living, but this fentanyl ain't it.
I seen that, yeah. You ain't never seen crackheads still alive, still smoking crack. These niggas are dying off that fentanyl.
Nah, you got dudes who was strung out since the 80s and they still walking around.
Still walking around, still smoking crack, like right now.
Still smoking crack, and they was out here in the 80s.
These niggas got like a year lifespan and be gone. Man, I know so many dudes so many not even dudes, people, females included, that done passed off of that fentanyl just since that fentanyl epidemic started hitting. I know so many different people that done died off of that, man. It's crazy. Like, I just see it, and it's rising though. I'm starting to see it more. Like, you go down your timeline, man, it's always a rest in peace, whoop-de-whoop-whoop. And you can tell when it's that. Like, you can tell when somebody got killed, and you can tell when this nigga just got overdosed on some shit. Like, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of it though.
Nah, but you know what's the sad part, man? Because people, I think when it first started going crazy, people was looking at it like a OD. When a person ODs, that means that they took too much or something. You know what I'm saying? So people was looking at it like that, like, yo, as long as I don't OD on it, I'm good. But they don't realize, like, this is not OD. This is your poison. You need the smallest drop of this. Yeah. It's a big difference.
Straight poison.
Oh man. All right. Yo, you like I told you, you're a funny dude. I'm gonna switch topics. What's your thought? And I already know your thoughts because I saw this post you put up. What's your thoughts on these rappers wearing dresses, painting their nails? This whole new wave that the dudes is actually getting, they sitting in the chairs next to the chicks.
I think it's an agenda, bro. Honestly, I think it's an agenda. I think that's the way. See, that's the way I think it make people, I think the powers that be, it makes them feel safer to see the black man. Like, they trying to change the image of the black man to that. Like we had I think we just had our run with the street nigga era, the street culture. Now I think society changing is now time for this millennial shit. This is this millennial, like, I don't know, it's just time for this new era. Like, they just ushering in the new shit. And it's like, because if you just look at, it's crazy, right? Because I was just looking, I was at a fucking, I'm at the light. When I was on my way here, I'm sitting at the light. No, matter of fact, I'm leaving the weed shop. I'm coming from the weed shop. And it's like early this morning. So the kids is going to school and everything, right? It's like a high school right here. And I'm sitting at the light and I'm looking, and a kid just come walking by, black boy come walking by, and he just got green hair, little choker on. And I'm just looking at this dude, and I'm looking, and my girl just go, oh, he gay as hell. And I didn't even say anything, but I'm just looking like at this teenage kid. I'm like, damn, man. I'm thinking in my head, like, damn, like teenagers is different, like growing up, like, man. And she just like, he gay as hell. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy. And I'm just like, that's the only way they see you. Like, I don't understand, like, I mean, you know, to each their own, and, you know, be who you want to be and everything, but I just don't. I can't sit back and just not do my part to preserve my part and our part in the, like, in history, like just this era of man and this, you know what I mean? Like, it's like how you got, like, these kids ain't never not had a remote for the TV. Like, these kids wouldn't, like, if you tell, like, these kids wouldn't know what Channel U was. Channel U and Channel 56. Man, we used to have to put the TV on Channel U and put on Channel 56 to watch Green Acres and Beverly Hillbillies and shit. And like, it was just, these kids will never know. We the last of that breed that'll ever know that. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? They'll never know. And like, all they gonna know coming up is that. Like, you see, like, these kids don't even listen to Tupac no more. Like, these kids, like, you put on some Tupac, it's like, you know what I mean? They want to hear Lil Uzi Vert. And it's like, that's what you know what I mean? That's what they're feeding. It's like, in every aspect of life, they're getting fed that. Like your favorite star is, you don't know what sexual he is. He's something asexual. He's asexual. Then you got the fucking cartoon, they putting a lot of fucking, like, it's just like the world is just becoming a different place, bro. And I'm trying to preserve my point in time, that 80s baby, early 90s, like early 2000s, like just that little, you know what I mean? That little time capsule, man. That's what I'm just trying to, not that I'm trying to stay stuck and not advance, but I want to say, like, just the mentality. I can't stray too far away from that mentality, like, cause it's like we gonna be lost, bro. We gonna be like, I could just imagine a world 20 years from now. Like, I look at what it's becoming and just imagine what it's gonna be like 20 years from now. You ever seen Demolition Man?
Absolutely.
Like, I see the world being like something like that. Like, oh, Mr. Friendly, and you know what I mean? Everybody, like, they don't curse anymore, and oh, you get an infraction for cursing, and like, I just see the world. It's like they're trying to make it that. Like, I see that coming. Like, it's crazy. San Angeles.
Nah, I saw the post you put up, or that you commented on, with NBA YoungBoy with his painted nails and a gimp mask.
Oh my God, bro. How you go from attempted murder, going to jail, 10 years probation, attempted murder, to wearing nail polish, a choker, a fucking gimp mask, and it's just like, I'm just like over the internet, like just the internet, and just, I'm just over it. It's like, it's so annoying.
Nah, it's different out here. It's different.
It's annoying.
It's a whole different story. Gervonta Davis.
That's my boy.
Got into it with his baby mama.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Yeah, shout to Tank. Even before we go into it, I really do gotta shout out Tank.
I fucks with
because
Tank.
he getting it in with Ryan Garcia. They giving the fans the fight that we want to see.
Yeah, I got
and
number
that's
respect
how
for
it's
that
supposed
dude,
to be.
man.
Yo, but did you see his baby mother accused him domestic violence? He got locked up for a few hours, came home, showed that his baby mother put baby crap on his toothpaste.
She put shit.
Yo, did you see that?
Yeah, she put shit on the toothbrush. I was wondering where she got the shit from. I'm like, that was my first thought. I'm like, wait, where did she get the shit from? Like, where did she like? That was my first thought. I was like, ugh, but where did she get it from? But I guess, all right, from the baby diaper or whatever. So then my next thought is like, he showed a picture. I guess she spit on his face. She spit on him. But the shit looked like a money shot, bro. I'm like, looking, I'm like, what the fuck is that? A money? Shit looked like a money shot, bro. I swear to God, I was like, what the fuck? And it's just like,
you a wild boy.
The thing is, bro, it's everybody go through shit. Like, everybody go through shit. And I just think it's a fucked up situation because he gotta he gotta go through his shit in the public eye. So, you know what I mean? But honestly, I think that's just regular. They just going through normal, in love, young kids. And I was going through the same shit. Like, how old is Tank? 23, 24? Like, how old is Tank?
Yeah, he about 27. I think he's 27.
27, 26, 27. He ain't that old. He not 30 yet. I was going through the same shit in my 20s. The same shit, but I didn't have to do it on TV and on Instagram and like, you know what I mean? But I was going through the same shit. And I wasn't rich. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just, if you love her, bro, you gotta just talk to her, bro, and just like, you gotta keep working at it. Like, you gotta make her understand that, like, we can't keep doing this in the public eye. And like, it's just, she gonna have to either get it together or she gonna have to get away from you because you can't let her sink the whole shit, bro. Like, you got too much going on. And she's seeming to take you down a different path, bro. And like, she gonna sink the whole ship. You gonna let her sink the ship? Like, you gotta get her right, bro. And like, or get her to a point to where you know where she was, you know what set her off and what she going off about, bro. Stop doing that shit, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody got to switch and grow up, bro, because that's not going to be a good situation for you and what you got going on. It's like, bro, you got to get the fuck up out of there.
Nah, but the crazy thing, you know, they locked him up. And no matter how wild your baby mama get,
they always going to lock the nigga up. The nigga
it's always the dude who go down.
You going to jail. That's why for him, a man in his position, you're a young, strong bull, nigga. You got the world ahead of you, nigga. Either, nigga, if you love her, just, you know what I mean? Y'all need to get that right and really focus on getting it right. Or get away from her, bro, before she sink the ship. Like, it's not going, you know what I mean? But he not going through, but like I said, he not going through nothing that ain't nobody else been through. Like, who ain't got into it with that girl? Who ain't damn near caught a domestic violence? Like, you know what I mean? How many times the police then got caught, shit done happened, the police got caught, but you just so happen to not be there. And she, you know what I mean? She ain't tripping no more. She, you know, it be that shit, bro. Like, it's just real shit with real people. They real people and they go through real shit, but it's just sad they got to go through it publicly. Like, you know what I mean?
Correct. And you so real. Like, most people at some point in their life,
you done got
what them two went through. Everybody done been through that.
Come on, bro. Like, who ain't went through that? Who girl ain't? My girl done, man. I done got my man. What? Like, yeah, bro. You gonna go through some shit as a man. Just as a man, you gonna go through some shit in life, and that's just part of it, bro. It's just hard to keep your business when you become a celebrity or, you know what I mean, entertainer, fighter, whatever the case. Like, your life ain't yours no more. And that's just that. So you just gotta be very, very careful, bro. It's like tiptoeing on broken glass. You just gotta be careful.
That's real.
Bro. For real.
That's real talk.
Okay.
All right, my brother, before I let you up out of here, you know I cannot let you go without I think this was last year. I think it's about a year ago. BET Weekend. Too Mad to Box presents.
Yeah.
Boskoe100 versus Nina Boy. What the F was that about, my brother?
That nigga did not want to fight, bro. Like, did you see it? You seen the fight?
Yo, Boskoe, this was, I don't even think it should be classified as a fight. There was no fighting in it.
He ran the whole fight, bro. You seen he did not. Every time I advanced, he ran back. You seen, first of all, he tried to ice me. He didn't even want to come out the dress. I knew he was scared, bro. He didn't even want to come out the dressing room. Then he comes out the dressing room. He comes out with fucking like some yoga shorts on and some I don't know what the fuck, like that. It was just that whole fight, the promotion, that shit was just a shit show, bro. 3-minute round, I mean fucking 1 minute round and 5-minute breaks. They was just a whole shit show. But like, for me, I wanted to fight him. At that point, I didn't even care. I just wanted to fight him. And then it was like, it was at the same time, I wanted people to see that I'm really on that, you know what I mean, no color line shit. I could be in the building with Crips, like, you know what I mean? I brought Bloods and Crips. Yeah. I brought Bloods and Crips together in the same building, like people that's real enemies, like, and had real wars and shit. And we had them in the same building and didn't know, you know what I mean? It wasn't no incidents, then nothing happened. Everything was smooth, and you know what I mean? That was the bigger thing that I wanted people to see, other than the fight. Like, the fight was cool. I did want to fight him. He didn't want to fight. Like, you know what I mean? I ended up, because I came into the fight with a hurt leg anyway, bro. I really wasn't even supposed to be fighting, but that's how bad I wanted to fight. Like, I just wanted to fight, like, him, because he was just, you know what I mean? Just kept. So I really wanted to fight him. But he just was such a bitch about it. Like, the nigga ran. I swear to God, like, I never fought nobody that ran the whole, like, literally, like, he spent the whole fight. Like, I'll train for an aggressive fighter, like, somebody that's going to become. He really literally, like, backpedaled the whole fight. If you watch, the whole fight was spent backpedaling. Like, he running. Like, he wasn't throwing no. Only time he throw a punch if I get too close. Then he swing like a girl, like a swim banger. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so I already had him telegraphed. I'm like, it just was a shit show. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm a comedian anyway. I'm not a boxer, though. See, that's the thing. Like, niggas, I'm not Mayweather. I'm not fucking Mike Tyson. Like, I'm not a boxer. Like, nigga, that's just something you know what I mean? That's just something that I added to my resume. But I'm not a fucking trained boxer per se. Like, you know what I mean? I did a little training, but it wasn't nothing to be looking like where you expect me to go in there looking like Tank Davis or something. Like, you know what I mean? So I did my thing. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you, that was, you know, and shout out to Two Mad the Box Productions or whatever they call, you know, they put something on that was positive. Like you said, you had dudes in there who really went to war with each other, and there was no incidents. But I'm gonna tell you, that was a most unprofessional event that I ever seen. It was no bell.
Bro, I swear to God, no
son,
bell.
What happened to the bell?
The referee was whack. The referee wasn't even on his job. This nigga didn't want to fight. The fucking 5-minute breaks. Who the fuck want to fight?
The 5-minute breaks between rounds. I was like, God. Yo, what kind of boxing match is this?
None of that was my fault. I just want people to know none of that was my fault. That's just how real of a nigga I am. I had a broken finger. I still came. I had a broke finger. I broke my finger like a week before the fight. Like a week, maybe not even 2 weeks before the fight. Like a week before the fight, I broke my finger. I already had a broken leg, but I didn't make no excuses because I really wanted to fight this nigga. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna still, like, you know what I mean? I'm good. I'm like, tape it up. Like, my finger broke, but tape it up. We gonna be cool. Like, my leg, as long as I don't do, you know what I mean, get to moving too much, I'm gonna be all right. So I went in there, I didn't make no excuses. But the nigga ran the whole fight, like literally like ran. Like, I swear to God, that nigga was backpedaling, swinging at the air. I slipped. I had a slip like in the middle of the fight. I slipped.
And then they was like, yo, should we rule out a knockdown? I'm like,
no.
Yo, the man slipped.
Clear thing. Bro, that shit was just a whole shit show. I ain't gonna lie, it was a shit show.
And then I know you was in the ring, but the cameraman got pushed. During one of the biggest moments of the fight, the camera went somewhere else, so we missed it. We just heard the crowd, oh, But the
Bro.
camera's pointed toward the floor. I'm like, yo,
bro.
they got to do a better job next go round.
Yeah, that shit was whack, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was whack. They could have did way better. I mean, but honestly, they ain't never put on no fight. Like, they never put on no fight before. They was trying to do something. I felt like it was big. I felt like just getting that far and we did it all black on, like, you know what I mean? Just us, like, being able to put something like that together, it was like a step showing, like, the people what could be. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was just showing nigga, like, you know, with a little bit more better planning and having it better polished and, you know what I mean? I just wanted to show people what it could be. You know what I mean? And I can't be a spokesman of the governor or shit if I ain't never fought myself. It's like, so you know what I mean?
Yep.
I had to get in there first just to show niggas that I'm willing to do it. So I can't, you know what I mean? Niggas can't say, Boskoe, you can't talk. No, I could talk that shit because I did it. Now you niggas got to go do it. Like, I done did it twice now. Now that was the second fight.
Oh, that was the second one?
No, that was I'm talking about my second professional fight. But yeah, I had a first fight. My first fight was with Gonzo. I fought Gonzo first. Yeah, I fought Gonzo first. And then fast forward, a new situation came up with this dude. So I ended up taking a fight with this dude. But it was just like, you know what I mean? Just a complete, I ain't gonna say it was a complete waste of time. It was cool. It was another learning experience. It's another fight on my resume. You know what I mean? I showed people that we could put an event together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we had Bloods and Crips in the same building, so the message is spreading, like, you know what I mean? And I just feel like if we gonna do it again, we just need to get a little bit more professional with it. Well, not a little. Yeah,
got to get a little more professional.
But you gotta understand, it was really some hood shit though. This wasn't no big trailer production. Like, this is a couple niggas that got a couple dollars and the ambition to do something, and we put that shit together. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas ain't just doing that like that, bro. So I feel like it was big in its own right. Like, it still was big.
Well, it got us talking about it.
See what I'm saying? So
and that's what count.
Yeah.
But yo, I enjoyed our time, my brother.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. Finally, I ain't gonna say I was disappointed that my boy Vlad wasn't here, but it was a cool change. The change was cool. It's like me and Vlad, you know how you just got a vibe already, but the vibe, yo, you cool, bro. It wasn't a big change. You smooth. You're a smooth brother, man. I appreciate you.
Nah, I definitely enjoyed the conversation, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. Real talk.
No doubt.
You had me cracking up.
No doubt. Love, man.
More love. Yo, be safe, my brother. Be safe, be safe, be safe. These is crazy times we living in.
Yes, sir, man.
One love, bro.